This video is all about glass, clear glass, and as you can see I have quite a bit of clear glass behind me here. Believe it or not, it does sell. In this video I'm going to show you 10 of our clear glass cells. Well, one of them has a little bit of color, and I'm going to show you how I packed it and eBay sold comps for similar items. I have a lot of information packed into this one clear glass video. So you're in a hurry. If you're new to our channel, I'm Vicki, and my husband Mark and I resell on eBay. And if you haven't seen it, I have an all brass and metal video, and eventually it'll be all wood. We used to own a home decor store, and so I tend to think in terms of material: brass, glass, ceramic, pottery, etc. And this video is jam-packed full, so let's get started. Number 1. Oh dear, what did we find at the Hope Thrift Store? Hope Haven Ministries. Sometimes we find things here like that Italian vase that I found and sold. This picture with the deer, the buck, 15, could be worth 65, around 60, 65 or more. We found this rare antique vintage EAPG for early American pressed glass deer alert glass pitcher. I have Restore, but that's incorrect. I actually bought it at Hope Haven Thrift, downtown Kingsport, and it sold for that fantastic price of $100 plus ship. It's time to pack it, and I have hundreds of pack and ship videos on all types of things. Let's pack the $100 pitcher. The early American pressed glass pitcher. We have the handle to deal with, we have the foot to deal with, the hollow area. It's going to take a decent amount of packing material. I have a box of scrap bubble wrap that's kind of in rough condition. Oh, that's a bag. That's a bag. Ends of the roll, and I think that's pretty good. Put this through the handle so I can do it without too much pressure on it. I think I'll wrap that around, tape it on, tape it to itself. Maybe just tape it a little bit to the picture, like so. I'm going to wrap it in one sheet of paper. I didn't protect the foot, did I? To do that, I've got a half sheet that I'm just going to fold over a few times and wrap it around here, tuck it in, and wrap it around and tape it. I am going to put a small bubble at the top just to cap this off. Tape it a little bit. Large bubble. I have 2 sheets. I'm going to put a whole sheet in the middle on the diagonal. Since this isn't enough to cover the bottom, I'll take another sheet of large 1/2 inch, cut it in half. Just take that half sheet and tuck it in. Actually, I'm going to put it on the outside. I can feel the pore spout. I'm going to put this on the outside instead of inside. And a long piece from top to bottom. Okay, that feels a lot better. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to tape it to the outside. I'm pulling it taut. Pressing my tape down. My goal is to make sure I can't feel the picture at all, and I can't. It's 10 by 8 by 6. I have a box that's 11 by 11 by 7. Let's try some air pillows in the bottom. 4 and 4. Do a test fit. I'm going to have to lay it on its side. I think that's pretty good. Let's do 2 sheets of bubble that direction, 2 sheets the opposite direction. Lay this down. Doesn't give much cushion at the top, does it now? So I'm going to eliminate one direction of the bubble. I need to fill in with air pillows. I need to make some more air pillows. I need something here and here, but I know that air pillows won't fit. There's not enough room, so that's when I go back to the bubble. Large 1/2 inch in this case. And let's try one sheet on top. And I think I've got it. I'll get it taped up and on its way. Let's jump over to eBay and look at sold comps. I searched EAPG for Early American Press Glass, and I included the word deer. Number 2. Do you resell replacement part items? That's what this next item is, a replacement part. It's in the original box. However, if we take a look here, although it's encased in cardboard, it doesn't have any other protection, so I'm going to be adding some around it and then putting it in another box. I don't remember what we paid for it, but it's sold on offer for $24 plus ship. I can't directly wrap it with bubble wrap because of this cardboard that it's sitting in, but I can take some and tuck it down around. Because of the handle, I think it's only going to take a half sheet. All right, that's better than it was. I'm going to wrap the box itself in some stretch wrap because I'm not planning on wrapping bubble wrap around here. I'm planning on setting this box down into some bubble wrap. So to keep this from getting wet, should the box get wet, and I am no expert with this stuff. I think that's good enough. I think everything's covered. And yes, it's stretch wrap, but I still cut it. Press everything down. I think I've got it all covered. I'm using an eBay box that's 12 by 12 by 12. Now the eBay box, something you should know is they have these creases here. I don't know if it's going to show up. I've talked about this before. But they have creases built into their box so that you could reduce the height. I don't like those creases because I had something crush on me once. But it has a crease here, and it has a crease here, and then this is where it folds. So I don't recommend this box for items that are not already boxed. I think they should already be boxed before you use this box. Or you just have to maybe reinforce the corners, but I'll get this assembled. I'm going to line it with some bubble wrap this direction, that's large 1/2 inch, and this direction. Let's slip the box down in here and see what we're dealing with. You can see I have a lot of room. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it inside the box, like so. Still a lot of room. And this is where my air pillows can come in handy. I don't know if I can get them in both sides. I can get them in this end. We'll see here, lifting up a little bit. It was pretty tight on the sides here, so I'm going to put some bubble. So I just need some here and here, some air pillows on these two ends. I found some more singles. Thank you, label. I think I've got it. Give it the shake test. It's good. Some replacement blender jars can sell for over $100. I didn't even know that till I was searching eBay sold comps. Number 3. This next sale came from one of my favorite church rummage sales. Only it's more like a garage sale. These are neat. They have an etched ship on them. Oh, I'm trying not to get more glassware, but those are really neat. Seriously considering these. There's how many? 7?
Yeah, I'm only finding 7.
As long as they're not chipped. I don't need any more clear glassware, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to trust my gut. We sold 6 of these glasses with an etched clipper ship on them. When I average out what I bought that day, I paid $2 for these. These are unbranded, but I thought someone would like this engraved clipper ship. I mean, it's really pretty. And they sold for $34.97 plus ship. We have 6 glasses to pack and fit all of them into one box that's not oversized. Can we do it? The first thing I have to consider is how I'm going to protect the handle. I like to use pool noodles, I do. However, I have 6 of these to fit into a box. I've shown you before, the pool noodle does take up extra space, so I'm not going to use this today. I'm going to have to pass on it. It's great though if you're shipping 2 or 4 or 1. Let's try a half sheet of bubble through the handle and then crunch it back up on itself. And let's wrap it in some small. Start with some small. I do have this foot to deal with too. I have half a thought of wrapping this with something, but it's pretty sturdy. It seems pretty sturdy. I think I'll go ahead. I don't know. I'm having second thoughts. Just take that half sheet and cut it in half again. Fold it in half. I'm going to take this out of the handle for now. Fold this in half and do what I typically do, which is wrap this around here. I mean, I've been doing this so long that I know what has worked, so I hate to deviate from it just because I might be a little bit tired. I don't normally pack on a Friday evening, and that's what it is. I don't normally pack this late. Oh, I forgot to fill the void. Oh my gosh, I'm messing everything up. Okay, so I backed up a little bit. I've got the foot protected with a 1/4 of a sheet of small bubble. I have a whole sheet, and that's what it's going to take to fill the cup. Whoop, popped a bubble. I have a half sheet that I'm putting through for the handle. I'm going to crunch that up on itself, filling the hole of the handle, and try this again. As I said, just because I'm tired and I don't necessarily feel like packing this late, that's no excuse for shortcutting. So back to my normal way of packing. You have to think about every single fragile area on the item that you're packing. And that's what I do. That's how I pack. And I've had pretty good results. No guarantee whatsoever. It's not going to reach all the way. So I'm going to need a half sheet. See, these cups are getting bigger and bigger anyway, just because that's what it takes to protect them. All right, I've got the handle facing me. I've got this half sheet here. And I've got lots of box size options to use. So I'm not really worried about the box so much, but at the same time, I don't want it to get too big. This is the size before I packed it. This is the size after I packed it. And I need to fit 6 of these into another box. Sometimes I like to know where the top or the bottom is. I'm going to go ahead tonight and mark the bottom. So when I go to put these in the box, I know which side I want down and what side I would like up. So do you think I have a box that these will fit in? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Well, is my eBay box at 16 by 12 by 8 going to save me on this one? We'll find out. I don't have much room to work with here. Let's do a test fit. I was planning to stand them up. That's why I put the B on the bottom. They don't fit in here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But as you can see, I can fit all of them. However, I still need some more bubble wrap in here. So let's take these back out and add some more packing. It takes what it takes. to make sure it arrives safely to the buyer. I mean, what good is a sale if it arrives broken, right? I don't have room for air pillows, but I think I have room for 3 sheets that direction and 3 sheets this direction. The bottom, I'm going to have to probably move them around a little bit to make them all fit. Let's get some air pillows in the corners. And I still have room in here to see how I could put my hand down in here really easily. That's still quite a bit of room. Let's see how 3 fit. If I do that, I don't have room to put them on the other side. So instead, I'm going to use a sheet of bubble and push it down in. Again, I avoid packing paper because it adds a lot of weight, and this is already a lot of weight with the glasses. Pulling this in, pulling on this a little bit. Yeah, that's good. That is really good. This I'm going to push down in. This is already pushed down in a little bit. I'm going to see if I can get a little more, maybe a half sheet, rolling it under slightly. And I already put my thank you labels on here. It's looking really good. I know there's not room for air pillows. It will never close. I can see that. But I should be able to get some more bubble. Roll under the ends. Nothing's moving. This one is good. What has sold on eBay for etched clipper ship glasses? Sorted highest to lowest. Number 4. If you saw this out in the wild, would you know what it is? Would you know? It's a pretty heavy chunk of glass. So I'm curious, leave a comment how many of you know what this is. If you don't know, well, I'm going to show you what it is. Have you ever seen these in a thrift store and wondered what they are? Got glass? Got a tea light? Got a tea light warmer. And set a pot or pan on top, or a tea kettle, I guess, if you want to keep it warm. This one I identified as George Schutt or George Schutt, Germany, Glass Stovetchen, because of the pattern. I've seen this before. I've actually seen the original box for it, and it's sold on offer for $17.46 plus ship. Now, sometimes I get $20 to $25 for these, but I have a 30% sale going on with make offer. And let me take you over and show you a couple other styles. We found these two just recently in a Goodwill in Elizabethton, Tennessee. Mark's getting ready to photograph them. Paid only $1.99 each. And one of these actually had a label on the bottom, and it said IKEA. These things are heavy, by the way. This is almost 4 pounds. But this is the IKEA style, but they still sell sometimes for about $25. Because only one had the IKEA label on it, we took the label off. And we're doing a listing with quantity. So 1 listing, photographing 1, but quantity of 2. Before Grounded Vantage, I would actually package these extremely well in large 1/2-inch bubble wrap with some cardboard and ship them in a padded flat rate envelope. But now that we have Grounded Vantage and it goes up to 70 pounds, shipping is a lot more affordable. So keep your eyes open for these. Let's get this packaged. It's a huge hunk of glass. And as I said, most people don't know what they are. They just can't figure it out. Once you do, you know they have some value. I've got some cardboard here, and I'm going to cut a small piece. I'm going to use this as a stabilizer on the bottom. I could even put a piece on top, I guess. Not sure if 1 sheet will work. 1 sheet of large 1/2 inch. This thing is very slippery. Makes me almost want to tape the cardboard together. But to do that, I really don't want to get tape on this. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this in a little bit of bubble, small, so that when I sandwich it here, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and tuck in those ends or corners, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to go ahead and tape this all the way. Long pieces of masking tape. So it's got some protection here and some stability. And as I said, I don't think that's going to be enough. So let's take a second piece, second whole sheet. Yes, I used to package it like this in padded flat rate envelope, but now that I offer Ground Advantage as another option, that's what they chose, and that's what I'm using. That's pretty well protected. Just need to figure out what size box I'm using. I have an eBay box that's 8 by 8 by 8. I guess I could still ship it in a padded envelope, but I'm going to put it in a box instead. I only use the padded flat rate envelope because of the cost of shipping. And yes, I've done it a couple of times and they've arrived okay, which is great news. Let's try 3 air pillows in the bottom. Some more bubble. Thank you label. And some air pillows on top. That's still not enough. I've got end of the roll scraps to use up. So we're just going to put this on top. Can you see there's still about an inch here? I'll get it taped up. What can we learn from eBay sold comps? 4. Glass tea light candle warmer trivet. If you like this video, give it a like, comment, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe. Number 5. This item is clear glass, but it comes with a metal component, a metal holder. Soda pie plate, a glass bake number 244 pie plate. I know it's hard to see here. How about there? Paid $2 for it at a church rummage sale. It's made by Jeanette Glass, and it sold for $30 plus ship. So we have the glass pie plate, and we have the metal holder. Small bubble wrap, 2 sheets of small bubble wrap, opposite directions. Nestle this in here. 2 sheets of large 1/2-inch bubble wrap, and 3 sheets. Let's do the 3 sheets this direction, and 2 sheets this direction. I still want to fill this in more. Maybe some air pillows. Tape. Now let's take a measurement. We're right at 12, about 5. I have a box that's 12 by 12 by 6. It's not an eBay box. Start with some air pillows, 4 and 4, some more bubble wrap, 2 and 3. I wish I could put the handles cat-a-corner, but I can't. Oh, I filled that up way too high. Yeah, way too high. It's not going to work with the air pillows. Bummer. Let's try this again. Slide this down in. Try some air pillows, 1 in each corner. Okay, got them in each corner. I'm just going to put cardboard on top, but I don't think I can fit it. It's pretty tight. Give the shake test, and it's good. Let's search eBay for glass bake clear glass. And here's our listing, the second one in, $39.95. No, it didn't sell for $39.95. It sold on offer for $30. So this is proof that sold comps can be misleading. Have you sold any clear glass lately? Leave a comment and let everyone know what you sold, how much you paid for it, how much it sold for. Let us know in the comments below. Number 6, another replacement part, and we had a hard time finding it. Did you find the coffee carafe, the Mr. Coffee?
Well, after I searched over in the garage storage area where the kitchen stuff is, no, I didn't find it.
Uh-oh.
But
what?
I came back in here.
It's not on the glass shelves. I checked.
Well, it's right here.
What? What? Oh, I thought it was in a box.
Well, it was not, and it's on the shelf.
And it's so tiny. It's cute.
You sent me on a wild coffee pot hunt.
And it sold for a pretty good price. Hey, what do you look like through there? Ooh. All right, let's figure out how much this sold for. Replacement Mr. Coffee 4-cup replacement carafe sold, can you believe, for $23.96. Why such an odd number? Because it was on sale. They paid $30.91 for this. I probably have, 25 to 50 cents invested, so not too bad. And I have some paper, and this lid is attached, so I need to fill the void area with something. End of the roll. So here's my replacement roll of masking tape, and I use masking tape because it's so cheap. Here's the empty spool, and I basically just line this up on here, line up the cardboard, start pushing it through. It does help if you put it on a table or a flat surface. Goes through pretty easy that way. Take that off. I just discard those because they're so heavy. And just finish pushing it through until it's flush. Find the starting point here. Get it started, drop it in. Be very careful, the blade is very sharp. Do not let children get around this, and always be careful yourself. We have a suggested list of pack and ship supplies and other tools that we use in reselling, and you'll find that list in the description box below this video. It's pretty good. Let's get some bubble wrap on it. I have 2 sheets of large 1/2 inch, but because of the flattened area in the center, I'm going to add another 1/2 sheet. It's just the way bubble wrap is. It always has that seam, unless you buy it with no seams, but then you have to cut it to fit every time. I want to check the height of this. Make sure I don't get too tall. I'm under 6 inches. I feel like that's pretty good. I'm going to try this 10 by 8 by 6 eBay box. Do a test fit. Pretty good actually, but I'm going to put a little more bubble in here. I don't think I can fit air pillows on the bottom. I had to stop and print some thank you labels. I print them up 32 a sheet. I used to print them in color. Now I just do black and white on my laser printer because it's less expensive than buying the colored ink. See if we can get some air pillows on each side. Helps to lift up. I think I'll put a little piece of cardboard across the top because there's not much room for more bubble. I do have room on each side though, and fill in here. It's good. I found out one thing in this next eBay search. People sure like their lattes, and Mr. Coffee is their go-to brand. Number 7. I wasn't a happy camper about this next sale. Well, the sale was okay, but I wasn't happy about, well, I'll show you, because it was a lot of work. But I will say my packing today is far better than it was several years ago. We sold a 5-count lot of Art Deco thick frosted textured pressed glass light shades. Yes, light shades. I think I paid no more than $5 for the 5 of them, and they sold for $75 plus ship. I pre-boxed them before I stored them, so there's really nothing to show you here, but I just wanted to show you the sale. How did I pack these? Gosh, I hate opening these up. Mark wants me to inspect them, but I know I'm going to have a real problem on my hands if I do that. There's no room to put bubble wrap this direction. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do with these peanuts? Can I get this out of here? I see that I do have bubble wrap on the bottom, partially on one side, and I had styrofoam on the bottom. This bubble wrap is crap though. I can tell it's old bubble wrap. Old quality, poor quality. So I guess it's a good thing I'm doing this, even if I don't want to. Let's take a peek inside this box, and I think in 2 of 5. Okay, this is the top. Okay. I have 2 globes in here, and bubble on the bottom to have more room to put bubble in here. I don't know. I just have to take these out. My packing is far better today than it was 2 years ago when I like to think anyway, than 2 years ago when I packed this. These are going to be everywhere. I need to absolutely make sure it's the right globe. I need to see it. Wrapped in paper, separated by some bubble wrap. I'm going to add some small. I still didn't look at it, did I? I feel the texture. I have to look at the photo. Yes, this is the right globe, right here. Vintage globe. Tissue paper. I did not fill the hollow area though. I didn't fill the hollow area. Well, no, I'm going to be stacking these, that's right. Packing paper. Now large, and I'm not going to reuse this large. It's really old, crappy bubble wrap. I have much better bubble wrap now. I'll recycle that. Oh, these styrofoam peanuts are gonna get the best of me. I can feel the globe under here. I don't like that at all. These are sitting flat. Yeah, I can feel that globe. By the way, this box is just an inside box. Can I get it to fit? And still close? Barely. Air pillows. And some extra cardboard. It's a tight fit. Go ahead and line this box with some bubble wrap. It might be hard to get both of these in here. I might have to put them both in at the same time. I'm going to set this aside. And we're going to check this one out. And just separate each of these with small bubble wrap this time. That tape is pressed down. Can I trust Amazon air pillows? I don't know. I hope so. I'm putting extra cardboard in the bottom. I need to put these in here at the same time. I'm going to try it. I don't know what the bubble wrap with it will make it. I'm going to put some air pillows down here. I'm going to squeeze some bubble wrap on the end. I don't know if I can fit any more down here or not, but I'm going to try. Thank you label here somewhere. Some cardboard on top, if I can fit it here. To cut this piece. Here we go. And close it up. It's a little bulkier than it was the first time. Hope I charged enough for all this extra weight of the cardboard, but either way, it's gotta go. eBay sold comps for vintage glass globe shades, and you might see a little bit of color mixed in. Number 8. You know, we ship a lot of large items, a lot of glass and brass and wood, but it sure is nice when you sell something and it's quite easy to pack. We sold some clear glass again, and from the photo, it looks like a really big plate. It's over in that corner. Do you know where it is? Can you find it? Really big glass plate. Okay. Well,
It's a Westmoreland.
that's not a big plate. That can't be it.
Well, the description says 3.5 inches. There's a Liberty Eagle, and it's dated 1831.
Sold for a pretty good price. Do you remember?
$24.95?
Yes. Can you believe it for that little thing? $24.95 plus shipping. I'm going to call that a woohoo! Even though $24.95 isn't a big sale, it's a lot of money for a tiny little plate. Let's pack this little plate. I'm going to start with small bubble wrap. I am going to pack it in a box that's bigger than what I would typically ship something this small in, but because it is a $24.95 item, I'm putting it in this 7x5x5. Do a test fit. Got lots of room in here. Let's get some air pillows. 2 air pillows on the bottom, a little plate, and some bubble wrap on top, probably half sheet. I also have a condition note to insert. Thank you label. It's good. I tried searching Westmoreland clear glass mini plate, and there weren't many plates in the sold comps. So I dropped the mini, and this is what I found. Number 9, we tend to price on the high side of things and put make offer. So I was really surprised when this next item sold for full asking price. Considering, well, I'll show you. Who knew that this little glass, this little tiny cordial glass, could be worth? I paid 50 cents at the restore in 21. Yes, we are long-term sellers. That's what we do. And it sold for full asking price at $24.95 plus ship. I do believe it is hand blown. I don't think you can see the pontil very well. It's been filed and polished. I'm going to start by filling the center of the glass with some tissue paper. I want to protect this part of the glass foot before I put it in the foam wrap. So I have some small bubble wrap. I'm going to cut it in half. I think I'm going to fold it in thirds. Wrap it around here, not putting any pressure, just wrapping it and giving it some tape. Next, I'm going to wrap it in some foam wrap just to protect the finish on the glass. And I guess it makes for a nice presentation too, but it's a light layer of cushion. Most certainly not the final layer. Now large bubble wrap. Checking first to make sure I can get all the corners folded up. Yep, it's going to be good. And if it looks like I'm in my pajamas, well, I'm in my day pajamas. How's that? My daytime pajamas. It's Sunday afternoon. I typically don't pack on Sundays. I like to pack Monday mornings, but we have an early appointment tomorrow, so I'm packing on Sunday afternoon. So yes, I'm in my day jammies, my comfy clothes. All right, I can feel the glass right here. I thought I was good, but I can feel it. So let's take some more bubble wrap and give that a little more protection. Let's check the rest of it, yeah. Always check, we've talked about that before. Not good when you can feel it. Much better, much better. 8 by 6 by 4. I'll partially assemble it, meaning I'm not going to tape it, and we'll do a test fit. It will fit in here. It doesn't have but this bubble wrap to protect it on this end. Same thing with the other end. So I don't have as much room. Now if I put it on the diagonal, it has more room. That's an idea. And you know what? I've had this idea of trying something else with some glassware. Is today the day to do it? Well, first let me get the box taped up. Remember this polyfill that I picked up at the Restore, and I said I was going to save it for fragile glass Christmas ornaments? Well, I was thinking I might be able to use it in situations like today. It's not loose polyfill like what you would stuff a pillow. This is a 45 by 60 inch piece. I'm sure once I take it out of this bag, I'll never get it back in. But this is what we're looking at. And I bet you can pick these up this summer at garage sales and church rummage sales, because people that get out of sewing and out of crafting, well, they just want to get rid of it. They don't think about what they paid for it anymore. Yeah, this is what it looks like. I know it's glaring. Everything glares in the lights in the camera, but I'm going to cut a piece off. So my box is so big. Oh, you know what? It's folded again. My mistake. It's folded in half again. Feels like there's 2 layers here. Yes, there's another layer here. But let me go ahead and just cut some of this. Double layer or not, I'm going to cut some. Sheet of large 1/2 inch in the bottom. Okay, now let's see. Let's see how this does. Remember I talked about turning it on its side so it had more room. It's pretty good. The thank you label on here. I do have these corners here to fill in, but more importantly, closing it. Let's take some bubble wrap, put a piece in each corner. Oops, picked up my label. Doing a test here. I don't have any protection on top yet, and I might be able to fit a little piece of this. We're experimenting. Let's give it a try. It's awkward to cut because it's so, curly. I will say that if the box gets wet, the polyfill will get wet, but the item itself will not get wet the way I've got it wrapped. I'm going to go with this. It's a little bit unconventional, but I'm going to go with it. I'll have to keep you posted if I have any issues. If you don't hear anything from me, then it's all good. Let's look at eBay sold comps for hand-blown cordial glasses. I honestly didn't think all of these qualified as a cordial glass because some of them weren't really small, like I think of a cordial glass, but cordial was used in the title. Number 10. This next sale brought back memories. How can I explain this? In Ohio, we own 2 retail stores. Home decor, furniture, art, vases, seasonal, and all kinds of things. When we had to close our stores after 2008, the store that moved into our space after we closed is the company that's in this next item. Yeah. Memories.
We're looking for a green grass Yankee candle.
What a weird scent, right? Although I loved the smell of cut grass when I was a kid.
Yeah, it makes me sneeze.
I think I see it over
It's
there.
hiding behind the basketball and
those should be in the
reindeer.
garage. They really should. Oh, no, no, no. Use 2 hands for that candle. I'll take these out of your hand. I should get these out into the garage.
2 hands.
Yep.
Yankee candle, green grass.
I don't know how much Yankee candles are going for nowadays, but this one we paid $3.
$3 at a church sale.
And it sold for, drum roll please,
Bing!
$40. That's a woohoo! Yeah, $40. I had it listed for $69.95. I thought it could go for a lot more, but I finally negotiated what? But didn't we go back and forth like half a dozen times, that lady?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, and finally I stuck to my 40 and she
bought it.
Yes, she did. Who knew that someone would pay $40 for green grass Yankee candle? It smells okay, but I don't burn candles in our house. Mark has allergies and so do I. All right, so we paid $3 for it at a church rummage sale, and it sold for $40 plus ship. And this is definitely one of many times that we'll put a label on the box that says, "Let come to room temperature before opening." And sudden temperature changes from being outside on a cold porch and bringing it into a warm house could cause glass or ceramic or porcelain or pottery to break. So we always add a label to the box. I'm going to start with some paper for the glass jar. Some large bubble wrap. I'm going to put some extra bubble wrap in the center where the seam is. Hope I don't get this too high because I haven't quite decided what box I'm putting it in. I've never shipped one of these before. It's the first Yankee candle, real candle, not a candle topper. First Yankee candle I've ever purchased. When I was at the church rummage sale checking comps, I was shocked to find out how much it was worth. Literally shocked. Some of them have sold for a lot more than $40, but people are lowering their prices now, so I had to lower ours a little bit and accept a lower offer. Let's try my favorite eBay box size 12 by 6 by 6, which by the way, I couldn't get last time I ordered boxes, so I hope they get them back in stock. Let's do a test fit. Do I have room for air pillows? Let's find out. I do. I just can't put as much bubble wrap on top. Let's see if I can put 2 and 2 on the sides. Lifting up a little bit. And I need to get this closed, but I also want some more bubble wrap on top. I can't do a whole sheet. Let's try a half sheet. And a piece of cardboard to help reduce impact, if I can get this closed. Can I get it closed up? It's bulging a little bit. Gosh, I really want to put some extra bubble on top. How about a small sheet folded in half and the cardboard? Will that do the trick? It's good. Yankee Candle 22-ounce candle jars. I think you're going to be shocked, like I am, as to how much some of these candles are selling for on eBay. Gosh, I can't believe anybody would spend that much money on a candle. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. That's our 10 items for Cash for Glass. The next What Sold video that I do is probably going to be about wood, although it could be about ceramic or pottery. I'm not sure. If you like these kind of videos, we appreciate a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue, and Mark and I will see you soon. You hear that ringing? Hello?